Tom Bain. I'm mayor for the town of Lakeshore, also a horseman. So I guess I've got two concerns besides the many concerns that have been here, and I want to talk about that spin-off. That spin-off is going to affect a lot of people, all of our horse people, jobs, but there's jobs out there that I've had a lot of our farmers come to me and say, I sell those people oats, I sell those people straw, all the hay that I have for them. Like, this is going to cripple me as a farmer. And I also want to comment on their cooperation from Windsor Raceway. I just want to give a couple concrete, what I call examples, that I just couldn't believe when I was in racing my own horse. The times I went to wash the horse and there was no hot water, and it only took them 2 weeks to fix the problem. That was their cooperation. Hoses that were there on the taps were taken out and thrown in the manure pile. That was their cooperation with the horse people. And I think one of the ones that I thought was just the ultimate in cooperation was when I went in there, and a lot of the horse people have tack rooms in there where we keep our equipment and stuff. And there were signs on the door said, get your equipment out of here by X date or it'll be thrown in the manure pile. That's cooperation? I don't think so. They're not doing anything to help the horse business. Nothing. They're not spending any money. We joked about 25 and 30 years, but there's hardly been a nail driven in that backstretch. The conditions are deplorable back there when you're trying to race your horses. And that's why many of our stables have pulled out and gone somewhere else to race. But when you look at the jobs that they're going to affect, and now I'm speaking as the mayor, they need to cooperate. They need to pull up their socks, invest a little money, as has already been stated. There's all kinds of areas. All they've been doing is skimming off the top of the money and not putting back 1 cent. That needs to change or we're done.
Boy, this is odd that I'm going to find me instead of the other way around. Name's Paul Kaminsky. I'm a fan at Windsor Raceway. I've been there for almost 25 years. You guys back last year, race dates asked for people's input on the state of the affair there. I sent you a 6-page letter with my email address and everything. Not a single person from the Ontario Racing Commission got back to me. Sent me a thing, sure, we received your letter, thanks for coming out. Here you are 7 months almost later. You're coming down to see it. Let them lots of notice so they know when to come in and clean up the place. 4 janitors left the place. Used to be 15. Okay, I'll give you something to check when you go tonight. I'll see you there unless they don't let me in tonight. That might happen. You never know. I'll show you a few things. Come see me. I'll be in the grandstand. I'll come see you. They were setting the tables up for you last night with the nice new linen. Hey, it's beautiful. We hear Mr. Kruba here talking about they had a marketing plan thing, strategy with the OLG. They got money for that. Mr. Kruba, why can't you use that money to market right now, harness racing? You haven't done a thing since you come in. Here we brought Richard Jacobs in from Flamborough. Big notice, hey, Richard Jacobs comes, going to save Windsor Raceway. What has Richard Jacobs done since he came here? I'll tell you what he did. He presented a guy in the OSS his trophy and couldn't even take it out of the box. It's amazing. When they got their 10% off the slots, wasn't 5% of that money supposed to be earmarked towards improvements? Can somebody answer that? Wasn't that part of the agreement? 5% of the 10% they got, so if they got $6,300,000 supposed to go into improvements in the building?
Just, I want to be clear on, and again, there's nothing really I can do about this answer. But with respect to the distribution of slot money, that is between the OLG and the holder, the site holders agreement. So with respect to the allocation of 5% or 7%, we don't know as to whether or not there should be 5% going to improvements.
So nobody knows and somebody
Well,
pockets it.
that would be something for the OLG and for the racetrack to decide.